Hey guys, what's going on? Uh, it's been a little while yet again since I've updated. It's now been 1 year and 2 months on testosterone, and let's see, post-op. Wow. Guess I'm getting close to 7 months post-op. About a week shy of 7 months. So, yeah, things are still going great. I think that the majority of things that I'm still noticing are psychological changes and body hair. I think that's probably going to be the majority of the things that I continue to notice, as well as I feel like I am still bulking up more, very gradually, just kind of a slow thickening, which I did notice when I was working out more regularly. I was gaining a lot faster, of course, and that was partly my diet, partly, working out. But I actually just worked out today, and so I'm trying to get back into a habit of working out. I feel like I say that in every video, but I'm trying yet again to get back into the swing of it. Yeah, I think, well, I guess I'll just show you guys my chest. This is where I'm at right now. This is my left side. Scars are still very flat. They're lightening up really well. This nipple, I don't know, I don't know if it's ever really gonna flatten out. There's bumps up top where I don't know if they're ingrown hairs. I don't know if it's just not healing up all the way. I'm not really sure, but it's just not flattening out completely. This side, same thing, scars really flat. This nipple's a lot more, I guess, flat, healed up, normal looking than the other one. It's kind of a whole view. So, I mean, it's doing good. I'm happy with it. As far as feeling, I've gotten a lot of my feeling back. It still feels a little bit strange, really close to the incision and right on the incision. I mean, I can still feel it. There is actually feeling there, but it just, I can tell that there's something weird about it. I maybe don't have feeling on the outer levels of skin, but I can feel my feeling is pretty much, it's there all throughout. I guess I'm kind of checking right now to see if there is feeling everywhere. It still does feel a little bit weird, in this area, above the scar underneath my armpit on that side, and a little bit less so on this side. And this area here also feels a little weird still. And the nipples themselves, not a lot of feeling. There's really not a whole lot of sensitivity there, which I know some people, that's kind of a concern for them with getting top surgery. So I mean, I can tell that there is feeling a little bit. I can tell if there's contact, but it's certainly nowhere near as sensitive as before. For me, that wasn't really a huge factor in considering surgery. I mean, yeah, I guess, I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me. It's just not really a big thing for me. So, so yeah, that's my chest situation. Still trying to be careful about stretching the scars and taking good care of them. I'm not really putting stuff on them anymore. I haven't been. Every now and then I'll put a little bit of scar guard on this puffier part of the scar on my left side. There's like a puffier part right up front, but I mean, it's really kind of just, it seems like it stayed pretty much the same for a while. It's just lightening, which is awesome. I can't believe how light it is already this far into it. So testosterone stuff, I don't know. I mean, I think right now the biggest stuff that I'm kind of dealing with or trying to navigate is my social interactions with people. Like, for a lot of my transition, I've been in a work situation where I don't have a lot of interaction with other people. So there, I guess, like, I'm kind of feeling like, I don't know, I'm maybe not as far along as I'd like to be in the social aspect of my transition. I'm finding it very, I don't want to say difficult, because it's not, it's very, it feels very new in a lot of ways, because it's just so different. I mean, if of course a lot of people are like, well, duh, that people respond to men and women differently, but there are so many subtleties, and like, talking to women now is a very, it's so different. Like, I used to have a pretty good handle on talking to women and feeling like I was able to kind of gauge their level of interest, or just kind of read them a little bit better. Than now I feel kind of lost. Like, the same or similar behavior tends to give me pretty different results than it used to. I'm responded to just very differently, and I guess I'm still kind of trying to figure out how to handle that. Like, one issue that I'm having is that I seem to be sending the signal to women that I'm interested when I'm not necessarily interested. Like, I miss being able to just, like, especially in, like, party situations, like, being able to just walk up to a woman and talk to her, or even just as part of a conversation, like, just talking to a woman and not have it be some issue. And not an issue necessarily, but I'm finding now it's like, anytime I talk to a woman in that sort of context, it's assumed by her and apparently everybody else that I'm probably hitting on her. I'm trying to flirt with her. And I'm really struggling with that, because I've just, for most of my adult life anyway, like, I've always just been friends with women and interacted with women. That's just where I'm most comfortable in social situations, and I'm finding it hard to be friends with women. I guess one way that I look at it is that I used to, as a lesbian, it was like I would approach a straight woman, because I've always been attracted to straight women. Approaching a straight woman and talking to her, even if I was obviously a lesbian, I was still starting out in that friend place, and I had to work to get it beyond that. But now I'm starting out in the romantic place, and I'm having to work to get it back to a friend place. So it's just, it's very interesting, to say the least, to just kind of
have a lot of these gender differences kind of brought to my attention, and trying to figure out how to navigate that and work within that. Part of my thing too is that I really just didn't pay a lot of attention to males for the last many years, I guess, in terms of like how they're talking to women, and I'm paying attention to men in such a different context than I used to now. It's kind of more like, okay, well, how are other guys acting, and how can I, not that I'm trying to be some stereotypical guy, but I think that having an understanding of how men typically interact with women will help me to, I guess, have a better idea of how I might be perceived, how my signals might be read, whether or not that's what I intend them to be saying. Because I'm kind of realizing that I'm not going to be able to continue to conduct myself the same way. Like, I'm going to have to change it, because I'm getting responded to, I guess I'm not getting the responses that I'm necessarily looking for, so yeah, that's just kind of a challenge. And it's been tough too, because I haven't really been out with people that know me very well to kind of have anybody give me some feedback on the interactions. Like, yeah, you're just ridiculously flirty with people, that's your problem. It's like, oh, okay. Like, I'm not sure if that's the problem or what, but surely time will tell, and the more I get out there and interact with people, I'm sure the easier it'll get. So yeah, dating is proving to be pretty interesting. It kind of differs. Like, some women, things progress super quickly, and it's kind of like, well, to tell you now that I'm trans would be like, whoa. But then other girls, like, it'll kind of come out relatively early on, or they know somebody that knows somebody that knows me, or whatever. So I guess I'm still kind of trying to find a good, and I guess there's really no one recipe for how to go about coming out to somebody that you're potentially dating, but yeah, I guess I'm still kind of trying to figure out some good ways to go about doing that, and trying to find good timing for it as well. Like, I feel like just throwing it out there, like, hi, my name is Weston and I'm a transsexual, like, might be a little soon. But at the same time, like, there have been situations where it's like messing around with somebody and they don't know. So I guess sometimes it just surprises me how quickly it can get to that point. When, I guess, like I said, that's another aspect where I feel like I have a good handle on how things are going to go, and then they really don't. And it's not always a bad thing. Sometimes it's like, oh, cool, but it's still just the idea of I'm not getting results that I used to get, and so now I feel like I'm kind of flying blind a little bit. But it's an exciting adventure and a learning experience. So yeah, just keep going. But I think that's pretty much it for updates for this time. Yeah, guess if I think of something else I can always do another one, but yeah, guess I'll just catch you guys another time. Peace out.